Alright, this is a continuation of a little beginner mandolin scale lesson series. So this is number 2. So in the first lesson we learned the G, C, and D scales. Now we're going to amp up the difficulty a little bit learning the A, E, and F scales. So the first thing I'll say about this is that the way that I personally would play these scales in practice would be to use my pinky more, but since these are beginner lessons, I will show the way to do them with the open strings. In the next lesson, we'll talk more about the theory behind scales and how they kind of work together and why you would maybe want to start thinking about using your pinky as you start moving forward. But for now, let's start with the A scale. So we're going to start on the G string, and we're going to start on the 2nd fret of the G string. Oh, and I'll say again before we get started, as you'll remember from the last episode, our fingers kind of have designated spots that they go to. So the first finger gets the 1st and 2nd fret, the middle finger gets the 3rd and 4th fret, the 5th finger gets the 5th and 6th fret, and we're not using our pinky here, but if we were, it would also get the 6th fret and the 7th fret. So, the A scale. Start on the G string, 2nd fret, and then 4th fret, and then 6th fret. So far we have A, B, C sharp, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 6th fret. And then we're going to do an open D string, and then we're going to do the same fingering. So 2nd fret, that's an E note, 4th fret, it's an F sharp, 6th fret, it's a G sharp, and then we're going to do the open A. We end on the open A. So, and once again, as said before, we're doing down, up, as much as we can. So, A, B, C sharp, that's 2, 3, 4, open, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and that's 2, 2, 4, 6. Again, I think I said 2, 3, 4 before. And then an open A to end. So now we're going to go to the E scale because just like before, where the G and the D scale were the same fingerings, just a string different, the same thing happens with the A and the E scale. So for the A scale, we started on the 2nd fret of the G string. For the E scale, we're going to start on the 2nd fret of the D string. So, 2nd fret of the D string, that's an E note. 4th fret, that's an F sharp. 6th fret, a G sharp. Open A. 2nd fret of the A string, that's a B. 4th fret is a C sharp. 6th fret is a D sharp. And then open E. So 2, 4, 6, open, 2, 4, 6, open, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So those two are pretty similar. We're going to do the F now, and I chose F because it's different than all the other ones if you're doing it using open strings. And so I'm going to show it with the open strings, but in the next lesson we'll sort of talk about the more practical way to use this scale. So we're going to start on the 3rd fret of the D string, and we're going to be using our middle finger because of our previously stated rules. So 3rd fret of the D string, that's an F note. 5th fret, that's a G note, and then an open A. Then we're going to play the 1st fret of the A string. It's a B flat. 3rd fret, C. 5th fret, that's the A string. 5th fret of the A is a D. Open E. And then 1st fret, that's an F. So once again, that's starting on the D string. 3, 5, open A. 1, 3, 5, open E, 1, or F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Okay, so now we're going to go through all three of those, and I'll play them slow a couple of times so you can play along. And just a tip, if you have some sort of slow downer extension on your browser, you can slow down what I'm playing even further, or speed it up, I guess, to practice with it, make it a little more interesting. So, starting with A. So, second fret of the G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do the E scale, and so second fret on the D string, but the same fingering as the A scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do the F, so a real quick refresher on it because it's a little bit different than those two. Starts on the third fret of the D string. So it uses more of the first, third, and fifth fret than the other two do. So 1, 2, 3, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I apologize, my mandolin's not super in tune. I should probably tune it up a little bit better, but you get the idea there. And once again, like in the last video, as you start to memorize those, and you should kind of be memorizing them with the note names so you get familiar with the fingerboard. Once you get that down, you can practice these backwards. So for A, it would be for E, for F, thanks for watching, and you should like and subscribe. That's what people say, because there will be another video coming out that'll talk a little bit more about how you can figure out all of the chords for yourself without me having to show you, and learn a little bit about why they work together and how they fit into music. So thanks so much for watching.